This is the 100,000 subscriber award from YouTube. And it comes with this letter from YouTube's CEO. You've just done something that very few YouTube creators accomplish. You had an astonishing 100,000 people subscribe to your channel. We know that numbers on YouTube can get really big, and we hope that you don't lose sight of the reality behind that 6-digit milestone. Each and every person who has subscribed to your channel has been touched by what you created. They were inspired, challenged, or entertained. You achieved this milestone with hard work, perseverance, and probably a healthy sense of humor too. What you've accomplished can't be taken away from you, and we'd like to recognize you and all your hard work with this Silver Creator Award, a small token of our esteem and respect. We know that you don't do this for rewards. You do it because you have a drive to create and share, and because you found an audience who cares. Believe us when we say that we can't wait to see what you do next. 1 million subscribers may seem a long way off right now, but you're closer than you think, and we're rooting for you. Congratulations. This represents you all. Thank you. The belief you had in me, the comments, the likes, and obviously hitting the subscribe button, all that helped me achieve this. Actually helped us achieve this. You are a big part of my channel. The comments, the advice you share, it's all part of this community. And I see you supporting each other as well. I love that. There are a few things that helped me reach this milestone, and today I'm going to share 5 pieces of advice. This is the real stuff and may be a reality check for some of you. But if you really want to achieve something, you need to hear this. And you can apply these tips to whatever goal you have: music, growing a social media following, whatever. You see, I wasn't lucky enough to have a viral video. This channel grew organically with small improvements over time. Now, these are just 5 tips. I'll share more in the future. Let's talk about work. Here's my schedule, what it actually took to get here. I wake up every morning between 5:30 and 6 and I try to work out. Now, I have a regular job and a 1-hour commute into the city. During my commute on the train, I try to make some music or write some scripts or learn something. I work from 9 to 5:30, and that pretty much leaves the evening to really do the heavy lifting for my YouTube channel. Dinner is from 7 to 7:30, and then from 8 to 11, I test out new gear, figure out what works, what doesn't, so I can pass that information to you. And I always use that new piece of gear or software to make some music. I typically have around 3 hours to spare for this in the evening on the weekdays. So I sleep around 12 and then start over the next morning. On Friday evenings, I record and edit my news reports, and Saturday mornings from about 5:30 to 8:30, I answer as many comments as I can as they come in with the new video. Right after that, it's time to record my Sunday video. Recording usually takes around 3 to 4 hours, and editing takes around 4 to 5. Sunday morning, I release a video and then get to working on the next. That has been my routine for every week for the past 2 years. I want to talk about balance, or the lack of balance. You know how everyone says you need to find balance in your life? Well, honestly, I had to throw that out the window to achieve this. I'm not saying it's healthy, but if you really want something, you have to tip the scale a lot. I have very little free time. The free time I have has to be carefully divided between my wife, my family, friends. I used to love playing video games in my free time, but I haven't done much of that in these past 2 years. Now, lack of balance can lead to some negative effects mentally, so to counter that, I try to keep my mind healthy in other ways, by exercising, eating right, and keeping my mental bad habits in check. And one bad habit that I had to kick very early on leads me to my next tip. Learn to ignore the haters. This takes practice. There will be people out there who want to bring you down, and I've been lucky to have a supportive family. But there are some people out there who have attacked everything from my integrity to my music skills. And those voices, those comments are the ones that never leave my head. And I hear it once, but it repeats in my head all day long, sometimes longer. Now, if you have a goal, then you can't waste time dwelling on the negative. You have to move forward. And that's what I try to do. A negative comment may linger for a while, but I start to work on the next video and the next track and the next song and keep going because I made a commitment. And this is tip number 4. Make a commitment. Commit to doing something on a regular basis. And here I'm not talking just about committing to yourself, although that's important too, but verbalize it to your family, your friends, or even better, your online audience. Very early on, when I had fewer than 1,000 subscribers, I posted on my banner, new video every week. Once that was visible, I knew that not delivering on that promise would let down my viewers, even if there were only a few watching at that time. I still make commitments to you all, like verbalizing in my video yesterday that I'll be offering something free very soon. There you go. I better get working on it, right? I'll get to that in a minute. The last tip I have is to find your voice or your sound. What resonates with your listeners? What are you really good at? And get specific here. When I started this channel, I thought it would be a vehicle for sharing my music. And it is, but that became much smaller than my goal of sharing my knowledge, reviewing stuff, and teaching stuff. It's because I found my voice, my competitive edge. And here, you've got to listen to your audience. What do they want to hear in your music? Or what do they want you to show on YouTube? You guys love the way I review and teach stuff, and I think that's where I excel. So this channel became more about that, capitalizing on what you can do better. For you, it may be working fast, churning out lots of beats. Maybe it's time to open up a beat store. Or maybe people have been telling you that you sing really well, but you're trying to be a rapper. Maybe it's time to explore a different avenue. And this doesn't have to mean that you have to give up one thing for another, but recognize your strengths and use them. For those of you who have watched till this point, I have a special thank you. I'll be releasing a sample pack with MIDI chords, and I stress the MIDI part because I want to help you create songs faster. The pack consists of lots of MIDI chord sets that will help you create music fast. Along with the chord sets, I'll include some melodies, arps, and I've also recorded everything with the synths I have in my studio, including the Prophet 6 and my vintage Juno 106. That MIDI pack will be coming this week, along with a video on how to use MIDI packs and samples. This is my thank you for not just being a part of this milestone, but for also helping me discover something that I love to do. This channel is a gift to me, and every one of you are a gift as well. I love hearing your music, your stories, and this channel will always be a place for you to come for a little encouragement, a little inspiration, and of course, some freebies. I hope today's advice helped some of you. Whatever path you take, I wish you all the success in the world, and I hope that we can meet one day and talk about our journeys together. This is just the start of my journey, and you've got miles to go as well. Keep learning, keep sharing, and keep making the music you love. I'll see you in my next video.